This is a confession video about my big failure to keep up with Inktober. So I've got I really started off with great intentions that I was going to do it every day, film all the procedures and edit them and make videos and publish them all during the month of Inktober, and that very quickly descended into the complete failure that it was. So that I bought myself, I bought myself a special sketchbook. It's the Moleskine one, and it's it's a nice little watercolor sketchbook. I may finish this at some point in the future. I even started off really well by writing myself a list of the prompts. Now, these weren't the Inktober prompts. These were actually the Mabgrave's Draw-A-Line, just because I actually like the prompts better than the Inktober prompts. They were a little bit more exciting to me. Some of the Inktober prompts were didn't really grab me. I have shot 4 videos and I have started editing them. You will see them tagged on to the end of this one, in the first video certainly, and I am going to explain the reasons for my fail and maybe go into some details about why these kinds of things, the place of them. They are really a great way of getting yourself going and getting work done, but also why they can put a lot of pressure onto people and you can kind of almost set yourself up for failure. So for all of you artists out there who are also feeling like you're Inktober failures, maybe you'll identify with this video and maybe feel like you're not alone and that you are also as rubbish as me when it comes to doing monthly prompts and keeping up with it. And I think that the people that manage to keep up with these things either have no other life, or they actually spend like a few months beforehand preparing what they're going to be doing, and researching and sketching out and writing out their prompts and figuring out what they're going to draw, and they might even be making them and filming them well before the month of Inktober, because I very, very, very quickly fell off the wagon, like 4 days in, and I did not even do day 4 on day 4. I think I did day 1 on day 1, and then day 2 was on day 3, and then day 4 was on day 6. And as soon as you fall behind, that's it. You are behind. It is so hard to catch up. And I am super impressed with anyone that manages to actually be successful in Inktober, and not only be successful but not just do like a quick 5-minute sketch. Some of the Inktober posts that I've seen on Instagram, the drawings have been absolutely amazing. So here were my little ones, and I just did 4, and I don't even like them that much. They're a bit rubbish, and that was it. Blank page. So I hope you enjoy seeing the process of those in the next. I'm just going to release them as 4 little very short videos, and we'll have a little chat while we're watching them. about various different things, and maybe next year I'll actually manage to do Inktober. Maybe if I start Inktober in July.
So really, don't get me wrong here. I think Inktober is such an amazing idea. It is something that really can spur you on to be creative. Being creative every single day can really improve your skills. Also, in a way, not having too much time to think about what you're doing can mean that you can just go ahead and create and get over those blocks. But that being said, and I'll maybe speak about that in the next little video, here I'm going to speak about some of the reasons why I failed to do Inktober, and also why other people in general can feel like a failure at not only Inktober, but a lot of these challenges and monthly challenges or monthly prompts that get posted online. And some of it is to do with the challenge itself, and some of it is to do with social media and comparing yourself to others as an artist. So first of all, I think having that pressure to create can in itself create a bit of a block, because you suddenly feel put on the spot and you can think, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I haven't got long to think about it. I can't mull things over. I can't make lots of preparatory sketches. And for me, sometimes that can be a hindrance. Sometimes it's a help, but a lot of the times it's a real hindrance. I tend to start overthinking things. I tend to start looking at what other people have done and comparing myself to them, and suddenly having a complete blank when it comes to creativity. So I think because Inktober has prompts, it's like a double-edged sword. It gives you those ideas, it gives you something to latch onto, but sometimes for me, I felt like if I could have just drawn anything, I probably could draw every single day for 30 days straight. But because sometimes I looked at the prompt and then I saw what other people were doing, which were amazing, and suddenly all the ideas that I had in my head went completely out of my head. You get a little bit rabbit in the headlights. Social media does not help with that, and I think that this is a problem in general. This is not just an Inktober problem. So it's a creative problem. You can sometimes get inspiration from seeing other people's work, and sometimes by seeing other people's work along the same theme as yours, which Inktober is, can actually just make your mind go absolutely, completely blank, because you are scared to create because other people have already created in the same theme and much better than you can do. So I think if you're wanting to do something like this, it's really important to almost switch off from that, to not look maybe until after you're finished, or especially maybe finished for that day. The other thing is that I fell behind, and as soon as I start to fall behind, instead of thinking, well, I'll just do the days that I can manage. So, for example, say if you could only manage to do 3 of the prompts every single week and just be okay with that. As soon as I fell behind, I felt like I just needed to give up, because I was never going to make it up to myself. I was never going to catch up, if you like. And I just really wanted to speak about this because I feel like these are not just Inktober problems that artists or artists in the online art community have, but these are problems in general. Comparing yourself to others and feeling like you're never going to match up. And even though in my head I know, in my sensible side of my head, that this is silly, that this is something that does not need to be a part of your mind when you're working, it is. And let's face it, it's not just me. There are lots and lots of other people that go through this. We are always prone to comparing ourselves to others and making that an issue that affects the way that we create. So I am probably going to discuss this further in the next video, but I think in the next video I'd quite like to discuss the positives of something like Inktober, and I'll do it in relation to another challenge that I did several years ago. So if you enjoyed watching this one, please subscribe to my channel, because I'm really aiming, I'll probably let myself down, but I'm really aiming on posting some more YouTube videos in the near future. And maybe you could comment below with whether you managed to do Inktober, what kind of hurdles that you experienced, or anything that you did that you found was helpful in overcoming those hurdles, so that you could actually manage. Did anyone manage to finish this challenge successfully? Let me know, please. And thank you very much for watching my little rant, even though I didn't really want it to be just a complaining rant. I wanted it more to be an interesting discussion on the state of challenges and online community in the art world. So I shall see you in part 2, where you'll see my day 2, which was actually day 3 or 4, I think. And we will have a little bit more of a discussion and a talk then.